Now, hello, everybody. It's Camille's Broker Office Hours, and we're going to open it up for questions from you guys first. But first, we have to do our questions preparation. So just like we talk about on Brokerpreneur podcast hours, ground rules have no discussion of actual commissions. Theoretical commissions are okay. And this is a supportive and collaborative environment. Don't be shy. Please feel free to speak up. And you can also raise your hand on the emoticon where it says reactions. You can raise your hand and then I will see that you have a question or something to add to the conversation and let you speak. So motivation and momentum. Sergio, how is your motivation and momentum today?
5 and 5.
Awesome. And Yvonne, I know you're kind of suffering right now, but where are you at? Motivation, momentum.
Well, I'm trying to get motivated because of my pain that I have in my back. But
maybe a 2 and a 2.
I just want to get well, put it that way. So that way I can continue on with real estate.
Motivated to get better. Cool.
Motivated to get better so that I can continue on with full-time real estate.
So good. All right. Last week we talked about Sergio's new listing and his conversation to have with his seller about getting price reduction and adjusting their pricing strategy. Sergio, tell us how that's going.
Well, I spoke to them right after last week's class and they accepted. So that's what we're gonna do. We already lowered the price yesterday to $699,000 from $745.
Good.
And we put in what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a broker open tomorrow. Great. I literally just got a message back from Nick Purdy at Fidelity, and he's gonna do an email blast to all the brokers out there to invite them for tomorrow.
Good.
Open from 4 to 6.
Great.
For happy hour.
You're gonna have cheese and crackers and wine or something?
Yeah, that's it. Crackers, wine, and I was thinking maybe some like local beer or something. Good. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. I paid for some targeting ads yesterday as well. I marketed the price reduction and the auction style sell.
Okay.
We're gonna take all final offers on Monday.
Good.
So we hope. I'm still trying to see if anybody wants to have an open house, perhaps maybe like Sunday or Friday.
Martin, can you do an open house this weekend in Santa Fe? Sergio has a nice listing.
I saw it a couple times and I'm tempted. How much are you paying, Sergio?
0.
I'm just kidding. What's it worth to you, buddy? It looks like a great property. Let me look at my schedule. I think Sunday I'll probably actually be up north, but I might be able to do something on Friday to kind of help you out, get some attention to it. I'll be quite honest. I've not had a lot of luck with open houses, either selling them or getting leads off of them, but I'm never willing to stop trying. So let me look at my schedule and I'll be in touch.
Awesome. Thank you.
Good. All right. Roger is another active agent up there. He might be willing to do one. You could reach out to him specifically and see if he'd be willing to do an open house for you. Roger Montoya in our office.
Awesome.
Good.
I'll reach out.
Okay. Have you had any, you just made your price reduction yesterday or today? Have you had any new inquiries or showing of requests?
Yes, I have a showing request on Friday.
Great. All right then.
Sergio, if you don't want to drive up and you want me to show it for you, let me know. I don't mind a showing to help you out and save you a couple hours of driving. Well, and free of charge.
Yeah, what I wanted to do is I want to have an open house myself, but then I would like for, if somebody else wants to have an open house, that would be much better, right?
Right.
Get more
So-
people out there,
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do is, I mean, it's a good listing. It's in a really nice area in Santa Fe. So I think it's really good. Like the first open house that I had some good leads. So
Okay.
a lot of like buyers that were ready. So
Cool.
I targeted Los Alamos for the ads. I targeted Santa Fe, and then I did another one just for like anywhere in the United States. But yeah, so I mean, I think you'll get some good leads, and hopefully you can get the buyer, and we can probably work together if you really,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
So that would be the ideal situation, right?
Right. Okay. Sounds good.
Good.
But let me know. Like I said, if you want to do something, either Friday or even Saturday or Sunday, whatever day works for you, let me know, and then we can do that. You know, you can.
Okay.
But yeah,
You bet. I'll let you know. You bet. Yep.
thank you, Martin.
You bet.
Cool. Anybody else have questions, issues, concerns, comments about anything going on in the industry or in your business you want to bring up? Nope. Okay. Today I thought we would talk about the 37 ways to generate free leads. Everybody loves free leads, right? No referral fee on them. And I haven't even read this thing, but I know it's probably packed with great ideas that we could talk about and maybe expand on or talk about our experience and so forth. So I'm going to share my screen to do that. And let me see here. Share my screen. All right. Get rid of some of these extra things up here. Okay. And I'll put you guys up there and this down here. Okay. So this is from Brokers Open Podcast, our Thursday morning group leaders. And so here's a little intro here. I just emailed all this out to you guys, but here we go. Let's go through some of these and see what it has to say. All right. So here's 37 underrated and innovative real estate lead generation ideas and links to more articles to help you. All right. Learning how to prospect on LinkedIn by Beverly Ruffner. Instead of trying to prospect for leads on Facebook or Instagram, where you already you're competing with cute kitten videos, you could use the platform LinkedIn, which is specifically for professional networking. How many of you guys use LinkedIn already? Anybody? You guys can all mute as long as your background noise is not really a problem. And just pipe up whenever you're ready. Okay, so here is an article, 9 ways smart real estate agents using LinkedIn to get better leads. I'd like to know how to do that. I have a LinkedIn account. I like LinkedIn, and I just don't really pay that much attention to it. I'm mostly on Facebook, but it's definitely a good place to connect with people. Okay, then buying exclusive seller leads from Market Leader. Well, has anybody tried Market Leader? I've heard good and bad on the Facebook pages that I'm on. Some people say it's good, some people say no. That's true with any lead source, by the way, because they only work if you work it. All right, so here is Market Leader. Let's kind of pop up Market Leader and see what happens there. So here's what Market Leader looks like. You can put in your name and address and whatever, check lead availability. Zillow and Trulia pay for leads, not impressions, bold leads, Market Leader leads. So this is how they're compared to different other ways of getting business. These are not shared with other agents. That's good. All right. So I think maybe 1 or 2 people in our office, maybe Aaron or somebody in our office is trying Market Leader. So anybody tries it and gets some feedback on it, I'd love to hear about it. Okay, where's my, there we go. This is what I needed. Back to this. Oh, no, that's not what I needed, is it? That's not where I was. Where was I? Did I lose my thing? Get more real estate leads. Okay, here we are. Back to this. Okay. And then let's see, number 3, divorce leads. Okay. It takes a certain kind of personality work with divorce leads. Because as you can imagine, they're in conflict and they're not even maybe even speaking to each other, and you become the go-between. And you have to be fair and impartial and help each one. And it's hard, it can be hard to do that. Let's see what it says here about how to, if you got reserves of patience and empathy, then working with divorce leads might be the perfect lead generation strategy. And here is a link to get a designation in that and give you ideas about how to work those leads, divorce leads. You know, obviously reaching out to attorneys who help people who are getting divorced is one way to get those kind of leads. But let's pop here and see what that designation looks like. All right, so who's divorcethishouse.com? This is a special niche. All right, and so here's somebody who actually is teaching about how to get those kind of leads and how to work that market. Divorce mortgage, okay. And so here's some training. There's probably also some stuff available on YouTube about this that you can watch for free as well. But here's a special designation just for this niche. All right. And those are people who likely have to sell. So they're motivated. They have to divide their estate and go their separate ways, and they have to sell. So there's none of this, well, I don't care if it sells, whatever, you know, I'm going to leave my price up here because if it, you know, make me move. These people have to move. And not only do they have to move out of the house they're in, they're each going to go buy something else probably. So that's 3 deals out of one source. Can't beat that. Okay, what else we got here? What's that?
What was that website again?
This is, I just sent you guys out this whole thing I'm looking at, so you can, it's in your text, but it is called divorcethishouse.com, I believe it was, divorcethishouse.com. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so that can potentially be 3 deals. All right, next, let's look at the next one, number 4. All right, bold leads. Now, Anthony in our office tried bold leads, and he said that they got some leads out of it, but I don't think that he felt like it was worth the money that they're paying for it. And the deal he signed up for was to pay, you know, like I think it was $500 or $600 a month for 1 year. And then after that, you don't pay anymore, but you still get access to the platform and you still get leads. So I think that was bold leads thing. Okay, so here is that. I won't go visit bold leads because it's not free. This was advertised as being free ways to get leads. Is not free. Okay, building a brand that generate leads while you sleep. Now that would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, compelling and memorable personal brand. Learn how to build that brand while you sleep. So here is the Ultimate Personal Brand course. Let's go check that out. This is by Sergio. Hello. Okay. We help you sell it, pitch it, whatever. On-demand, one-on-one trainings built to accelerate your business and make you more money. So this is also something you have to pay for to get some training. I have no idea what it costs, but I'm sure it's not cheap. Here's the different tiers of how to purchase it. Let's see here. membership pro teams, events, and so forth. Something to check out. It may or may not be appropriate. I think this would not be good for newer agents. Oh, here we go. $297 per month for the membership plus, or $24 a month for this one. So Sell It core course, mastering the sales cycle, library of in-depth courses, live workshops and recordings, a knowledge base, community, and member-only discounts. So $24 a month for that may be worth it. I don't know. But membership plus is a lot more involved and interactive. Probably, I would say don't start there. Start with the smaller one and see if you like it. This doesn't look real estate specific. This looks like it could work for any sales business. So I'm not so keen on that one. I would want something that was specific for real estate sales. Okay. Slide dial and broadcast to circle prospect just sold and open houses. Has anybody ever used slide dial or slide dial broadcast? Do you know what that is? Nope. Okay. So this is a voicemail drop service, and you can put somebody's phone number in here or a list of phone numbers in the broadcast version and send out a voicemail blast to everybody in a certain area. You can get phone numbers off of Remind and do a slide dial and say, hey, I've got this open house happening this weekend. I wanted to let you know about it. Would love to meet you as a neighbor. And if you know anybody who would like to live in your neighbor, please have them give me a call at blah, 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 blah. And their phone never rang. And you didn't end up talking to them. It was just a voicemail drop. So he's using this to circle prospect and on just sold or new listings or open houses. Okay, so buy a list of homeowner cell numbers, and after cross-checking with a do not call list, using a clever app called Slide Dial Broadcast, you leave voicemails advertising your open house. This person says she got 200 leads on her first day. A slide dial is not free, but it's not expensive. I think, I can't remember what, I've used it in the past, and I have an account, but I don't remember what I've paid for it. Might be, 50 cents a call or something like that. All right, learning to scale your lead generation with the smart CRM. We have Lofty to offer you. And so I think, I'm not sure if Tina's using it, but I believe Martin and Sergio are using it. And Yvonne, you might want to start using it if you're not now. But that's Lofty. This is a CRM. This is talking about Zerpal, which is not cheap either. And Zerpal was a sponsor at one of the HomeSmart conferences I went to, and it looked like an interesting system, but it is its own CRM. So you wouldn't want to have Lofty and Zerpal. It'd be kind of double duty there. But you could look into it and see if that looks like something that would work for you. I haven't used it, but I have heard about it. Picking up the phone and make outbound calls without using slide dial. This is from Lee Brown. She's a very famous realtor and speaker. She does a lot of speaking. She's spoken for GAR a couple times. She has a related article here on long-term lead nurturing tips and scripts to avoid overtasking. Let's see what that's about. So lead nurturing tools and strategies and conversion scripts. Sometimes you want to reach out to your sphere, but you're not sure what to say. Well, here she's giving you some scripts of things to say and how to go about it. How to use your CRM and stuff like that to help you with this. Email nurturing. Here's some things you could send them. New listings, blog posts, homebuyer resources, testimonials, homeowner tips, and things like that. And automated text messages, what to send on that, social media, lead nurturing, phone calls, direct mail. So this is all about how to stay in touch with the people you already know. And she's giving you lots of ideas and different ways to reach out to people. So this was actually a good one because it's free except for the cost of your CRM. You want to keep track of what you do in your CRM so you can go back to it and say, oh yeah, I talked to them last month. Let's go talk to somebody else and come back to them next month or something. So you're not bugging people every month. Okay, sending a sales letter to absentee owners. If you are in GAR, which I think all of you are, you can get a list of absentee owners from Remind. Has anybody ever tried to do that? Do you know how to do that? No?
No.
Okay. So if you go into GAR, I'm going to go into GAR here for a minute. And you go into, let's see if I can do it real quick. I should be logged into my MLS, but I guess I logged out earlier. And go into MLS, and I'm just going to pick up any listing. Any listing, okay, later, and go into Remind. I haven't been able to get into Remind by using the Flex tools, so I just go into any old listing, get the detail, and go to Remind like that. Remind has some great training on how to use their system for prospecting, so I'd recommend doing that. This is an amazing tool that we have. Okay, so now I'm going to go into regular search over here, and I'm just going to pick an area, zoom in a little bit. So say I want to do an area, I'm going to pick an area right here, like that. And I'm going to go in to here and click on this button for absentee owners. I don't really want corporate owners. So you could, but that will pick up trusts and things like that, but it'll also pick up bank owned and you know, other entities like that, and like big owners. And I'm not wanting to reach out to them. I want absentee in-state and absentee out of state. All right, so now you see how it went from thousands of listings, possible listings, to a handful here. I'm also going to click on not on the market. I think I can do that too. Off market. How can I do that? I want to add off market. Status off, expired, withdrawn, expired, and closed and canceled. I don't want any of these. Okay, so now I've gotten only off market, things that have sold through the MLS, that's or withdrawn, canceled, expired, or whatever, but they're not currently active. Okay, so now I have just a handful of properties here to focus on in this area. I can manage that, right? That's a manageable number to reach out to. These are not owner occupied and they are not on the market already. So let's go, for example, and take a look at this one. Now I can select all, I've got 14, and I can go to my list here and I can sort of see the value of them and the size and see when they last closed and stuff like that. And can I see more than that here? No. So then I can export this list, and I need to get them into my cart and forget how to do that. Add to a cart. Save search. I could save this search. I don't want to do that. I want to get them into my cart. I can't remember how to do that. Anybody else know how to get them into your cart? Am I not seeing it?
Let's see.
Okay, there's my results. I want to add them to my cart. I know there's a simple way to do that and I'm not seeing it. Map bounds nationwide search, save the search. I'm gonna save the search. And call this absentee owners academy area. There you go. All right, so at least I saved that search, but I want to know how to get those people into my, here we go, maybe it's here. Select all, 14 selected, and put them in my cart. Add, oh, there we go. Just click on the little cart button. I was afraid that would take me away. Okay, so I'm going to call this absentee owners academy area. And I don't care that I didn't spell it right. Okay, 14 properties in my cart. Now I can, did I do that? Did it work? Absentee owners academy. Okay. Add the 14 properties. I don't know what happened, but anyway, now that I've got them in my cart, now I can go to my cart and I can export them. Cart, where's my cart? There's my cart over here. Should have a cart for this. And I didn't, there's 87121 absentee. Let's look at that one. That's an old one I did. For some reason, I didn't get it done right. I'm trying to do it while I'm on video and I'm not paying attention here properly.
I see what happened is you have to add a new like right there on the where it says carts.
Yeah.
There's like a little plus on top on the top right. Right
Add
there.
the cart
Yeah.
there, create the cart. Okay. All right. So anyway, so that I missed that step right there, but now I can click all of these three. And here's 329 properties of distressed properties that I did an export for before. And I can export this list and I can get all this information and export the list. Practice, export. And now in a few minutes, I'm going to have this list. It will have email addresses if it has them, and phone numbers if it has them, and mailing addresses. And that way I can see everything. I can do outreach to these by phone, email, text, snail mail, postcard, or something like that. And that's a good group to go after. Okay. So absentee owners, why would we reach out to absentee owners? Anybody want to give me an idea of what you would do to reach out to an absentee owner? Sergio, what would you do? Why would they want to sell?
Because they don't live there and there's more of a motivation to sell something where you don't live.
That's
for
right.
various reasons.
They might be tired of being a landlord. The property might be vacant and they're tired of dealing with the overhead on a vacant property. You know, maybe they've had bad tenants and they're just sick of being a landlord, or it's an inheritance and they just haven't figured out what to do with it, or lots of different reasons. But if they're absentee, they're more motivated to get rid of it than somebody who's actually living in their home, right? So that's a good group to go after, and you could make it a bigger area so you have more to work with. I only got 14 in that location because there might be properties that didn't sell through the MLS. They were for sale by owner, they sold before the MLS existed or whatever. I could reach out to those as well, but there's probably a better way to get off market than I did it. But anyway, you don't want to reach out to people who are currently under contract with a realtor. Okay. So here's some prospecting letters that you could use right here. Just download one, customize it, and send it out. 14 stamps and envelopes. Not a bad way to get some business, and you probably get a lead out of it. Okay, using predictive analytics to get leads and farm your local area. That's also what Remind does. So when you go into search and Remind, you can use all of these here. These are all predictive analytics. This sales score. So say I want to take off absentee and I want to say who in this area has a higher sales score. Any kind of cell score, maybe not low, medium or high cell score, apply. And then I'm going to take off absentee. All right. And I want to make sure they're already off market. So in this area, I have what looks like about 30 to 35 possible people to reach out to. That's a manageable number. This is predictive analytics right here. These are people who are considered likely to sell in the next 12 months. They may or may not know a realtor already. So that is another predictive analytics that you can use right here in Remine. Okay. Distressed is another one that you can use. Their need to sell because they're facing foreclosure for some reason. That's another predictive analytics one that you can use. Okay, let's see what else. Lock down your territory with SmartZip. So I don't know what SmartZip is, but it probably works something like Remine. Remine's free. Use that. Okay. Meet your top 50 contacts in person once per quarter. So you could create a client appreciation event. Maybe you don't have 50 clients to invite to a appreciation event. Do coffee, lunch, send them something nice in the mail, a little postcard or something, but reach out to your top 50 people. Here's 10 unique client appreciation event ideas. All right. I tried that once. I didn't have a good turnout, but it's something that you build on. Like some people do it with pumpkin pies at Thanksgiving time. You could do Easter baskets. You could do ice cream social. You could do pet washing day in the park. There's lots of ideas you could do to bring people together and interact with you. Take them, have a movie night at Flick's Brew House and treat them to movie and a bite to eat. Okay, building local connections that lead to the best referrals. So this is talking about Park Bench. And I've never used Park Bench. I never even knew about it, but it says, see if your farm is available. I don't know. It looks like a farming tool. I don't know. I'm sure it's not free, but is it reasonable? I don't know. If you live in a nice neighborhood where you would like to do more work, maybe this is something you would want to pursue. Okay. Signing up to do BPOs and then marketing to the owners of distressed homes. I have been trying to do this. I haven't had a whole lot of success with it. First time buyer seminar. Now this is a great idea. If you've worked with first time home buyers and you know something about working with first time home buyers, like you have extra strategies, tips, and techniques to help them and you know what they need, this is a great idea to create and host a first time home buyer. You can get together with a lender and do it together. Okay. I would be happy to do it together with you or with Sarah Gmeyer to do a first time home buyer seminar. So you talk about the whole process of buying. What do they need to know that they don't know? All right. We're probably not going to get through all of these. We'll stop halfway. Maybe we'll cover the other half next week and just open it up for ideas and talking about what we've talked about here. Pitching your listing or expertise to news outlets. Now, here's a good free way to get some PR. So right here is 5 PR strategies any agent can use to get free press. This is from 2022, but I'm sure it still applies. 7 real estate public relations strategies to get more exposure. So there you go, building authority with a specialty, get quoted in publications, create original content. You can also use Keeping Current Matters to create content. Write an article on, best home renovation projects to give your house more value for a little bit of money or something like that. Here's some other publications that are looking for realtors to write for them. So if you like to write and you have something to say, this would be a cool thing to do. And get on real estate podcasts. Here's several podcasts that are always looking for people to interview. So, you know, if you have something special to share, talk to them about that. It'd have to be something really interesting for them to want to hire you to do that or invite you as a guest. All right, it's 12:41. Let's stop here with 15 and we'll pick it up next time with 16. How about that? And then for now, we'll just open it up for discussion. All right, did anybody get some great ideas out of that? Please unmute and share. Something interesting that you hadn't thought of? Or something that piqued your interest you'd like to try?
I think the Remind is something I would like to try.
It's free.
Yeah, it is. And once I can't, I'm not going to be a broken record here, Camille, because of my pain. But once I get to where I can sit for longer than 30 minutes and
when you're feeling
can,
better, that would be easy. Pick the area around your neighborhood or, you know, a higher price market neighborhood, you know, in the 300 to 500. I like to choose property neighborhoods in the bread and butter range. So 300 to 500 price range.
True.
And that's a good, you know, that's not so high that first time home buyers couldn't do it. And it's also a neighborhood where people might be moving up. So they've outgrown the house they're in. They might be thinking they need to upsize or even downsize. I think 300 to 500 is a really good bread and butter kind of neighborhood to go after for that Remind. And either going for expireds, you could specifically look for expireds because Remind will let you do that too. Remember, I excluded expireds in my absentee owner, but I could actually ask for canceled and expired listings and get the contact information for those people. And I would be looking for people who expired 6 months to a year ago. That's probably a good range because maybe they needed to come off the market for a while to wait for prices to increase, or they had a problem, a health problem or something and couldn't deal with moving after all, or they lost their job and then their change that they had planned wasn't going to work. All kinds of reasons that it expired unsold, but now 6 months later, they're ready to try again. And you can get their contact info off of Remind and try that. What else could you do with Remind? Anybody got any ideas?
Home equity.
I did. I can't find it now. Guess I don't know. I think they're up at Phyllis's desk. I did a little brochure for distressed homeowners, and it talked about different options besides foreclosure. And I thought it was really well done. It was just a little folded trifold brochure. And I have to say, I sent out about 400 of them and I got 0 response. So I can't recommend that as a way of getting listings. It should have reeled at least a few interested people because almost everybody has some equity in their home right now, even if they're facing foreclosure. And why would you walk away from that and not get help? So at any rate, nobody responded, which was real, and several of them came back. Not maybe 10% came back as undeliverable. So people had already moved out and moved on. Anybody else get something interesting, an idea or a nugget out of those 15 ways to get leads that we talked about, or something you've tried and want to share about?
Well, I've always been curious about the divorce leads, and I just went out to the website and signed up for a 20-minute call with them.
Good.
I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah, let us know how that goes. What does it cost? What does the training involve? Yeah,
right?
I think you would be good at that. You have a great sense of humor, and that's always needed in those kind of situations.
Yeah, people are too stressful when they're getting divorced. I don't know why.
Yeah. Why would that be?
Why would that be? Yeah.
Yes, getting divorced is probably one of the most stressful, besides IRS audit, would be about the most stressful thing you could go through.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So having somebody who has empathy and compassion and patience and is willing to deal with the he said, she said, and, you know, frustration on each side about, you know, what to do with the property, but looking at the bigger picture of, you know, there's a paycheck at the end, maybe even 3 at the end of the tunnel. And I think I could do good at handling divorced people. I don't let anything, I can't say I don't let anything, I don't let a lot ruffle my feathers. I can let a lot wash off my back and not take anything personally and not get emotionally involved in their problems. And be fair and impartial, like you should be for that. What else did you guys learn today? Anything good that you'd like to try? Remember, these are, for the most part, these are ideas that will not have a referral fee on them. Love that.
Maybe the first time homebuyer seminar.
Yeah, I think you would be good at that. And you could probably Google or go on YouTube and get some ideas of how to present it and how to structure it and what to give them. When I bought my first house, I lived in the city of Boston. I didn't buy a house in Boston, but I took a program in Boston that was to help me get prepared to buying my first house. And it was like it was 2 Saturday mornings over, or 3 Saturday mornings over a period of time, something like that, for like 2 or 3 hours. And they explained the whole process from beginning to end about how to buy a house. And we heard from, you know, the closing attorneys, they do attorneys over there. We heard about, you know, lending, you know, how that works and the lending side, and, you know, home inspectors and things like that. It was very informative and very helpful. And by doing that course, I got a little voucher that I could use towards my closing costs. So as you could offer as part of your first time homebuyer seminar, a voucher to pay for their home inspection or their appraisal, or $500 to $1,000 off of their, you know, rebate towards their closing costs from your commission, or something to incentivize them to come to your class. And you, of course, you'd want to put some strings on it. You have to come to the whole class and they have to work with you to buy a house. Other than that, I don't see any other strings you might want to attach to it. But, you know, that way you get a better educated buyer to work with, which is a good thing. And, you know, you get in front of them as the expert, and they'll probably send you referrals to other people besides them. It would take some marketing on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or whatever to get people attracted to come to it. But you could partner with a lender. You could do it at a title office. Maybe, probably you'd want to do it in the evening. So then the title offices are closed, but you can always use our office. We have our training room available. If anybody wants to do a first time home buyer training at our West Side office, we have space for that. And probably could even do it in Santa Fe in the workroom we have in Santa Fe. It's a big enough space to put 4 or 5 people in it. So anyway, there's some ideas. Use our office space to do a presentation for first time home buyers and give them some sort of little incentive to work with you. What else did you guys like out of what we learned today? Tina, let's hear from you. What are your thoughts?
I once tried using Remind to look up the expired listings, only to find that when I would search up those addresses, they were closed.
They already closed?
Yeah, they had already closed.
Yeah.
So it seemed like just
So
kind
you
of
would
circular.
have to check that first. You would have to check each one to make sure it didn't sell in the meantime, because it could have. That's true.
Yeah.
But you won't, like, you can do that in the MLS, but you can't get their contact info in the MLS. So there is a
Right.
little bit of legwork needed, but that could be a good way to, for free. You can pay services to give you contact info for expireds, but this is a free way to get that.
Yeah, and I've also used it for people people who've been in their house for between 5 and 10 years,
Mhm.
seeing if they're looking at selling and just getting.
That's a
more
good time frame. That's the average time of how long someone lives in a house. So that's
Mhm.
great. Great idea. Yeah, they might be thinking of moving. You might look at people who have a mortgage of a certain age, because right now mortgage rates are at 7-ish. And if they never did refi out of their loan, or even if maybe they own their house free and clear, but if they have a mortgage of a certain time frame when mortgage rates were higher than or at the same similar range, 5 to 8%, they're not going to be as averse to moving as someone who has a 2.5 to 3.5% mortgage. So maybe you can use Remind to search for people with a mortgage of a certain rate. And people who have
thank you.
2.5, 3.5% mortgages are going to stay put if they can. Right? That's one of the reasons we have such an inventory shortage, because those people who might think about moving but they're like, well, I can't afford to move because my house payment would go up several $100s. So I just stay put. But if they're already paying a 6 or 7% mortgage, that's not an issue. What else did you guys think about today? Anything?
Well, I've been interested in like building a brand and using videos, short
Good.
videos, like
Mhm.
TikToks,
Good.
and just create like educational, inspirational, or entertaining type of videos.
Great.
And I was looking at Thumbtack, where
Okay.
you where you can have you can have somebody help you make like those videos, and they have examples there of what kind of videos they make,
Mhm.
and you could find the one that you kind of like visualized that you want to have.
Uh-huh. Use it like a template.
Yeah, I mean the different how do I say it? The different people that'll help you make these videos will show examples of the type of videos that they do, and
Mhm.
then because if you have like something that you're visualizing and that you want to have your videos look like, that's how I'm looking at to find somebody to help me do that.
Great.
But yeah,
You know who else in our office is really good with video is Felix.
Felix.
And I think that would be great if you guys helped each other, like he videograph you doing what you want to do and vice versa. And that, because it's kind of hard to shoot yourself, right?
Yeah.
But he also is really good at editing them and making a little short. You should go check out his Facebook page and see what he's been. I don't know if he's done any lately. They haven't been coming up in my feed, but go friend him if you're not already. Felix Orpinel Alomina.
Yeah, he
And
comes to the office out here.
yeah, he's in the West Side office a lot. And see how he does his, because he does a really nice job with them. And you want to do something different than what he's doing, but it will give you some ideas. And the fact that he's, a similar generation and he kind of knows how to do it, we could learn from each other and help each other, because he just does, he goes through new construction and takes video and photographs of the new construction and then creates virtual tours of them. But it would be great to have Felix in the video and you in your video and doing the same thing. And so, that's an idea. Or find a lender partner to work with, or, somebody else who has a little bit of knowledge about how to do video. Help each other do that. I think that's a great idea. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, Tina, you're so cute and got a exuberant personality. I think you would do great with video. I would encourage you to get over your fears and just try it. Sergio, you have a little child?
Yes, a 2-year-old.
A 2-year-old. Okay, it's a little too young right now, but one fun thing to do with children or dogs is to have them be the client and take them on a house tour and let them be, let them wander around and talk and whatever. But your 2-year-old might be a little too small, but might work. I don't know.
That's a cool idea.
Mm-hmm. And I had a friend, and I've told this story before, who was a comedian. Her name is Shan Carr, and she was a realtor too. And she would take her dog to do virtual tours with, and she would talk to the dog like it was a person touring the house. She was so hilarious. It was so much fun to watch her little videos. And you could do that with a little child, and it would be pretty fun. It would be very entertaining and fun.
Yeah.
Yvonne and Martin and Tina have older kids, so it might not work the same.
My kids are no fun anymore.
Mine aren't either.
They're just expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I think that would be fun. I'd love to see that. Okay, well, we're at the top of the hour. We'll wrap it up. Next week, we'll cover the other half of what we saw in that closing or 37 ways to generate leads, and see what else he has to say about generating free leads. Anybody else have anything to add or close out with?
Thank you, Camille.
Okay, good. See you guys next. Oh, tomorrow is the office meeting, and we're going to be having it at the West Side office. We're
Oh,
not
maybe I'll
at
show
GAR.
up there.
Yeah,
I could go to that one.
not at GAR. It's going to be at the West Side office. We just weren't getting enough attendance to make it worthwhile to do it at GAR. Although I really like having us meet there so you guys can experience their wonderful building and get used to going there and using it as a resource. But we'll just do it at our own office, which you should also be using as a resource. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow at the office meeting.
See you then.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.